Men for Missions is a dynamic movement born of God's Spirit in the hearts of laymen. Through Men for Missions, thousands of men and women, youth and children from various church affiliations and all walks of life find a channel for harnessing and releasing personal skills and abilities in practical, direct missionary involvement. By participating in overseas witness work, medical and prayer teams, they catch new zeal for soul winning at home as well as abroad. The experience this involvement provides to those who have left their homes, stepped out of their comfort zone, and given themselves to God's call is immeasurable, as witnessed by so many who dare to go forward with open hearts, only to return with a heart that forever cries to be heard, to act upon God's will, and understand the gift that is given to those who hear the call and act upon it. Participation in Men for Missions is open to anyone. Membership in Men for Missions is open to any man willing to affirm, "I will do whatever God asks me to do. I will go wherever God asks me to go. I will give whatever God asks me to give." In a giving heart, this affirmation is certainly easy enough to understand. To take the step to go and do, however, is a decision that only an individual can make. But when taken, from the time a heart sheds its first tear in the mission field, it will be changed forever. God's gift realized into eternity. The world needs people like you to honor Christ's greatest command of all, to love one another. And there are so many places in the world that need that love right now. Men for Missions needs people like you, people who know, who live, and want to love like Jesus did. And in support, Men for Missions will provide you with the infrastructure needed for you to realize an experience of a lifetime through established worldwide ministries of One Mission Society.
My name's Warren Hardig. I'm the Executive Director of Men for Missions International. What I've always loved about Men for Missions is that it's open to any man, no matter what his station in life. Membership is open to any man who will say yes to three very simple yet direct questions. Will you do whatever God asks you to do? Will you go wherever God asks you to go? And will you give whatever God asks you to give? And you can be involved just a little bit. As I say many times, you can put your toe in the water or you can jump in over your head. And so it's up to you and God, whatever you work at. And I've always loved that. It's not dependent on anything except being obedient to the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's what we emphasize, is obedience to Christ. And there's a world that needs to know Him.
Men for Missions sends ministry teams to some 25 countries every year. Teams from the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, going out to build churches, build schools, playgrounds, and organize medical teams to minister to the physical and spiritual needs of people in different parts of the world.
We have prayer teams where you can go and intercede, pray with missionaries, pray in the national church, pray for pastors all over the world and for their congregations. The prayer ministry is a great ministry. We're about getting it done. We're about going, doing, and giving. We're about seeing lives changed. The most important thing is what God does in your heart.
Men for Missions members help missionaries by using their personal skills, abilities, and life stories in a variety of practical and direct ways, including work teams, medical and disaster relief teams, evangelism teams, intercessory prayer teams, and teams of professionals who are prepared to teach. Often teams are involved in a combination of these ministries.
And so it's exciting to involve the whole family, to have ladies, children, everyone as a part of Men for Missions. We are about a men's organization, but we certainly do not exclude the ladies. Where would we be without our wives, their prayer support? They're standing with us as we give, as we go, as we do whatever God asks. And so we want everyone to be involved. We want everyone to have an opportunity to share Christ.
The change that I've experienced in my life of being involved in Men for Missions has been wonderful. It's been an amazing experience, and I would ask you to experience what I've experienced and experience more, possibly, by just simply coming on board, being involved, and just spreading the good news. My challenge to you is to become involved, to answer God's call in your life, to go, do and give whatever God asks. It will be a life-changing experience. Your own personal life will change, and it's something that I've never regretted. In fact, I just want to keep doing it for as long as I possibly can.
The mission field is wide and varied. The need is great, sometimes leading to places that might not even be thought of as a mission field. But when God calls, we must go and open our hearts to His calling, and He will guide us to where we need to be. And Men for Missions will be there to assist and be a vital component of that personal journey.
May God keep us very, very grateful to what He's done for us. And may God continue to soften our hearts and give us that love, compassion and that care for precious souls around us who never heard the gospel, that lived and died without Christ. May God motivate us here. May God motivate you as you watch this DVD to pray, to give, to come over here, to do what you can. We have a little motto here, Mary and myself. May God help us to do what we can, while we can, to see Christ glorified through the salvation of precious souls.